Hey guys, this is Javier with the real Javier Novoa here at our mobile studio outside, just enjoying this beautiful day. And we are really cranking out the videos today. And in this one, I just wanted to go briefly into the concept of paradox, because this concept is probably one of the most important ones in understanding the teachings and the course that I do on this channel. And why is that? Well, first of all, because if you don't understand the concept of paradox, you're going to think a lot of the things that we say in this program are contradictory. And second of all, it's very important for business to be able to hold two seemingly contradictory ideas in your mind while you do not yet know the solution, knowing that there will be a solution. And the principle of paradox teaches us that there is a solution, because no contradictions exist. The principle of paradox, as we teach it on this channel, says that no contradictions exist on any level of being. Any seeming contradiction is because we're trying to understand a concept on the same level of being, where it's really two concepts on two different levels of being. So, what example can we give of that? In our last video, we did go into a full detailed deep dive on the levels of being, and I'd recommend that you all watch that, because it's very important to this work. It's very important as a mental model and a tool for success. But let's go into the aspect that there is no contradiction. In nature, there exists no contradiction, even on the physical level, because everything is as it is. And the only time contradiction can even come into the picture is when we're using language and semantics. And through the manipulations of words and so forth, and the conflation of language, because it is a very inaccurate medium, but it is one of the only mediums that we have to convey a lot of deep ideas, contradictions can come up. But how do we resolve contradictions? Well, the only way to do it is to try to take the concept and apply it to two different levels of being. So for example, last night when I went on my little rant, I cited Marcus Aurelius, and I gave the example in which he said that to be truly virtuous, one cannot be conscious of it. And then he said, but one can be conscious of it, but you don't know what I'm speaking about. And one of the subscribers wrote to me this morning and asked, how can you say that, Javier? How can you say that you cannot be conscious of it, and yet you can be conscious of it at the same time? Is not that a contradiction? And no, it's not, because in the first instance of consciousness, what he means and what I mean is consciousness on the physical level of being. So I'm trying to be conscious of it with my intellectual mind on the physical and thought level of being. The second instance is a higher form of consciousness, and this is through the context level, or even the spiritual and inner being level of being. So these are two terms that are being denoted by the same word. As we learn in logic, one word can stand for many terms. So the principle of paradox, and why it's important to know the principle of paradox, is now you have a mental model for knowing that there's a solution to any seeming contradiction. So in your business, you have a huge contradiction. You have a competitor coming in that's going to render one of your highest selling products obsolete. Well, you have no idea how to start to attack that now. And if you're in the normal, everyday, asleep frame of consciousness, you might perhaps say, well, there's no solution to that, so I might as well just lay down and give up. But now that you understand the principle of paradox, and you understand that there are no contradictions, and there's a solution to everything in a different level of being, you'll be able to say, okay, well, I know there is a solution, and now all I have to do is try to dip into that more neutral realm so that I can draw an answer from the higher levels of being. And this is what we teach in this channel. So another statement I made was that in one of our videos we said that this program is about not taking effort. And it is. It's about not taking effort, and only taking effort when it's fun, and only taking action when it's fun. And yet, in the video that I released recently about taking the next step, I said that we do need to take massive action to walk toward the thing that we want. So is this not a contradiction? No, because the massive action that we're talking about to go toward the thing we want at least frees us up to ascend to higher levels on that scale of being, Whereas the second action that I was speaking of, which is just physical grinding it out action, is action on the physical and fault levels of being. You're trying to do it yourself. Whereas I talked about in the other video, you're trying to do it as by me. And the action that we're talking about is getting us to a level, or taken from the standpoint of the level of through me. So there are going to be no contradictions in this course, even though you will be asked to hold seemingly contradictory concepts in your consciousness and not try to work them out, but simply allow them to be naturally worked out through the process. And understanding paradox will give you the patience and the tools to do that. The second concept that I really quickly wanted to discuss that sort of relates to this is the concept of duality. And that's in every spiritual system. But the one that we want to focus on is the one that is taught by the great Abraham Hicks through Esther Hicks. And this is any issue that you have in your life, when you focus on it, you can look at it as a stick. And you can either focus on the negative side of the stick or the positive side of the stick. The positive side of the stick, of course, makes you feel good when you think about it. And the negative side of the stick makes you feel bad when you think about it. So many subscribers may ask, well, Javier, you say that whenever you want to bring about something in your reality, all you have to do is focus on it. I'm focused on money, but I don't have money flowing into my reality. Well, you can focus on money and you can have the exact same image and you can use the exact same words, and you can either be on the negative side or the positive side with the exact same image and words. Why is that? Because in order to know whether you're focusing on something or the lack of it, all you have to see is the emotion that comes up when you focus on that. So when you focus on money and you're moving towards it, when you're focusing on the positive side of the stick, you'll feel good, you'll feel rejuvenated, and you'll feel as if you're moving towards that. But if you're focusing on the negative side of the stick, even though you're still focusing using the same imagination, the same affirmations, and so on and so forth, you're focusing on the negative side of that stick. And that is what is keeping it from coming into your life. And what we'll teach in this program, there is momentum to that. So sometimes on a topic, you can't focus on the positive side of the stick. Well, we're going to learn a lot of methods whereby you can indirectly focus on that and allow universal forces to come to your aid and to bring an unfoldment of that situation in which you won't need to focus directly on it until you're prompted to by outer aspects. And then these outer aspects will make it effortless for you to focus and to believe in it. So stay tuned for more videos of that. And these are two very important issues that I wanted to discuss. And thanks for watching. We're going to be coming out with some more videos today, so stay tuned. And until very soon, this is Javier Novoa. Have a great day, and I'll see you very soon.